Hey, what's up guys? Thank you very much for checking out this video. Today I have for you a Sears Kenmore sewing machine, and I want to show you the basics on it today. I just want to show you how to get you started sewing. I'm going to show you how to thread the upper thread, thread the bobbin, wind the bobbin, and we're going to get started right away. I've got the model number right here for you guys if you're interested, 14814220. So if you have this machine, this video is perfect for you. If you have one that looks like it, I'm sure this video is going to help you out too. So let's get started. Now that we have the sewing machine out of the case, we're going to go ahead and take our spool of thread, put it on either one of these spool pins in the back here. Since the first thing we're going to do is wind our bobbin, take the thread and put it around this thread tensioner right here. Got to make sure we have a bobbin too. Got our bobbin here, and take your thread and thread the bobbin from the inside out. So make sure you just stick the thread through one of those little loops right there, grab onto it an inch or two, and take the bobbin, place it right here onto the bobbin winding pin. Once it's on there, this little tab, push it forward. Once it's forward, it is engaged. And before you go ahead and start the wheel, on the right hand side there's a knob. Go ahead and turn that knob to the left. You might have to turn it a little bit or use a little bit of force to turn it, because that's going to disengage the needle, and you don't want the needle going up and down if it doesn't need to be, when all we're doing is just winding the bobbin. So go ahead and disengage the needle by turning that knob to the left, and then we will get started. Yeah, turn on the machine. We are on. Pedal is ready. Go ahead and hold that little piece of thread right there, and then slowly apply pressure on the foot pedal. And once it's going, you can let go of the thread. There we go. As you can see, the sewing machine arm is not going because I disengaged it with the right thing, the right wheel there. And you can crank it up a little bit once you feel comfortable. All right. Now that we have our bobbin wound, go ahead and cut the thread, take it out, and there we go. Now we're ready to thread the sewing machine. Place thread on spool as shown, with the thread coming from the back side of the spool. Draw thread through the top thread guide. This is your top thread guide, and you thread the thread from the bottom up through the top of it. Holding the spool stationary with the right hand, pull the end of the thread between the tension discs. So holding the spool with your right hand, making sure it does not turn, pull the thread between the tension discs. And these are the tension discs right here. Pull the spring wire loop up until the thread passes beyond the beak of hook to the right. So pull, and you'll hear a click. So once you hear that click, then pull the thread back to the left. The thread will be slipped into the hook, and the spring wire loop will return to position. So once you've done that, you're good to go there. Snap thread from left to right in the front thread guide before and after threading. So this is the front thread guide right here, and make sure you get the thread snapped in behind it. Raise the take-up arm into its highest position, and thread the thread from right to left. And once you've thread the thread from right to left, go ahead and thread the thread also from right to left back through this bar here, that thread guide. There are two more thread guides that we need to thread before we thread the needle. The first thread guide is right here, and the next one is right here. So in order to thread the first thread guide, That's all you have to do, just up and around. And the second thread guide, make sure you go from right to left and it will hook around. And once you have those two thread guides threaded, we're going to go ahead and thread the needle, and always thread the needle from front to back. Alright, now that we have the needle threaded and the upper part of the machine threaded, we're going to go ahead and thread the bobbin and take up the bobbin thread. I'm going to show you how to do that next. If you have any excess thread left on the bobbin, go ahead and cut that off because you don't want it to get tangled up inside the machine. Okay, so we've got our bobbin case here, and we have our bobbin with thread on it. Make sure that the thread is coming from the left side of the bobbin, not the right side. Make sure it's coming from the left side of the bobbin when you place it into the bobbin case. Once you insert it into the bobbin case, you're going to see a little groove right there. Make sure the thread goes into that groove, and follow the thread all the way up until it gets into that little slot, and you're going to hear it click. We didn't hear it click this time, but I know that it is in where it needs to be. Just continue to pull it until you usually hear it click. But now we are all set. Go ahead and lift up this plate with this bar sticking straight up. Pull this lever out and hold on to it, and make sure you have just a couple of inches of thread coming off here extra, just a couple, about 2 to 3 inches, and place your bobbin, and you're going to hear it click. Should hear it click. I didn't hear it click because I had the lever out. Let's see if we can get it to click. There. That's what you're supposed to hear. I hear the ice cream truck driving around my neighborhood right now. Alright, so go ahead and close that. Turn your machine on. We have bow wah. So this is how you take up the bottom thread. Actually, don't even turn your machine on. Alright, so go ahead and close this plate. You hold the upper thread with your left hand. Just put some tension on that, and then slowly turn the wheel to the right, or not to the right, to the left, actually towards you. So slowly turn the wheel towards you, rotate it while putting a little bit of tension on this upper thread. And you'll see the needle go down and go up, and you'll see it catch the bottom, the bobbin thread. And once it's caught, it comes up from the bottom. You saw that come up. Take a pair of scissors. You could stick your fingers in there if you dare. I like scissors. Now that we have the bottom thread come up, we have the top thread threaded, and be sure to put the upper thread through the little groove in your presser foot here. And now that's through the groove in the presser foot, pull these off to the side, and we are ready to start sewing. So let me get a piece of fabric and show you how to sew. Let's take a look at our stitch here. Top side looks pretty good. Back side looks like it's a little loose on the back side, so we need to tighten. We need to put a little bit more tension on the upper tension here. So turn the dial to the right. We were all the way at 0, so let's go ahead and turn it up to about 5 there and see how that affects the back stitching. All right, so again, even the top, the right side was the first one, the left side was the second stitch. So second stitch looks a little bit better actually. That was the first stitch, that was the second stitch. Much cleaner all the way up and down. That's just how you adjust the thread tension a little bit. And that's how you thread this sewing machine. Sears Kenmore. It's a 148-14220. Guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Tell me thank you. Tell me you loved the video. Tell me you hated the video. Tell me what you guys want to see. If there wasn't something that I went over in this video, tell me if there's something that I can go over for you. I'd love to make a video specific for that. If you made it to the end of the video, it must have been helpful, so leave me a thumbs up. It would help me out so much. Leave a comment and also subscribe. That would help me out a ton. I'd really appreciate it. It would help me sleep better at night, just a little bit.